There have truly been many great rulers in the world history. Some managed to conquer the world, some managed to end violence, and put their countries into periods of peace and stability, and some changed not only their nations, but the world. Let us have a look into some of the greatest and the most famous rulers of world history. Let's begin. 10. Adolf Hitler. Hitler was born in Austria, then part of Austria-Hungary, and was raised near Linz. He moved to Germany in 1913, and was decorated during his service in the German army, in World War I. Germany was in bad times when Hitler rose to power. He was the charismatic leader that the Germans could look up to. He was the creator of the Nazi Party, and the man responsible for mass genocide, during World War II. Hitler and the Nazi regime were responsible for the killing of an estimated 19.3 million civilians, and prisoners of war. Hitler will be recorded in history, not only for his immoral actions, but also for his ability to gain and maintain power, while his people followed him adoringly. 9. Odysseus. Odysseus was one of the greatest of the Greek heroes, who fought during the Trojan War. Known for his cunning intellect, Odysseus crafted the plan that destroyed the city of Troy, and ended the Trojan War. Odysseus ruled Ithaca, an island kingdom. Odysseus was favored by the goddess Athena for cunning and intellect. Odysseus is also known as Ulysses, which is the Roman form of his name. 8. Julius Caesar. Gaius Julius Caesar was born on, or around July 13, 100 BC, to his father, also named Gaius Julius Caesar, and his mother, Aurelia Cotta. Julius Caesar was a renowned general, politician, and scholar in ancient Rome, who conquered the vast region of Gaul, and helped initiate the end of the Roman Republic, when he became dictator of the Roman Empire. However, his crusade for absolute power didn't go over well, with many Roman politicians, fearing he would become king. A group of senators conspired to end his life. 7. Alexander the Great. Alexander III of Macedon, commonly known as Alexander the Great, was a king of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedon, and a member of the Argead dynasty. He was born in Pella, in 356 BC, and succeeded his father Philip II, to the throne at the age of 20. He spent most of his ruling years, on an unprecedented military campaign, through Western Asia, and Northeast Africa. And by the age of 30, he had created one of the largest empires, of the ancient world, stretching from Greece, to northwestern India. He was undefeated in battle, and is widely considered one of history's most successful military commanders. 6. Joseph II. Joseph II was the eldest son of Empress Maria Theresa and her husband, Emperor Francis I, and the brother of Marie Antoinette. He was the Holy Roman Emperor, from August 1765, and sole ruler of the Habsburg lands from November 1780, until his death. Josephinism, or Josephism, as his policies were called, is notable for the very wide range of reforms, designed to modernize the creaky empire in an era when France and Prussia were rapidly advancing. He died with no sons and was succeeded by his younger brother, Leopold II. 5. Genghis Khan. Temujin, later Genghis Khan, was born around 1162, near the border between modern Mongolia and Siberia. Genghis Khan rose from humble beginnings to establish the largest land empire in history. Genghis Khan conquered more than twice as much land as any other person in history, bringing Eastern and Western civilizations into contact in the process. Genghis Khan's brilliant military strategies and tactics puts him on this list. He conquered most of the world during his prime, and united many nomadic tribes in Asia. 4. Elizabeth I of England. Elizabeth I was Queen of England and Ireland, from November 17, 1558, until her death on March 24, 1603. Sometimes called the Virgin Queen, Gloriana, or Good Queen Bess, Elizabeth was the last of the 5 monarchs of the House of Tudor. Elizabeth's reign became known as the Elizabethan era. Before her reign, most females weren't thought to be fit of such power, and they were secondary to kings, or other male heirs. Elizabeth managed to prove that her gender could match and even do better than the rule of men. 3. Charlemagne. Charlemagne, or Charles the Great, numbered Charles I, was the king of the Franks from 768, the king of the Lombards from 774, and the emperor of the Romans from 800. Charlemagne has been called the father of Europe, Pater Europae, as he united most of Western Europe for the first time since the classical era of the Roman Empire. Charlemagne died in 814, and was laid to rest in Aachen Cathedral, in his imperial capital city of Aachen. (2) Napoleon Bonaparte of France. Napoleon Bonaparte was a French statesman and military leader who led many successful campaigns during the French Revolution and the French Revolutionary Wars, and was Emperor of the French from 1804 until 1814, and again briefly in 1815 during the 100 Days. Napoleon dominated European and global affairs for more than a decade while leading France against a series of coalitions during the Napoleonic Wars. His Napoleonic Code has influenced the legal systems of more than 70 nations around the world. 1. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was an American statesman and lawyer who served as the 16th President of the United States from 1861 to 1865. Lincoln led the nation through the American Civil War, the country's greatest moral, constitutional, and political crisis. He succeeded in preserving the Union, abolishing slavery, bolstering the federal government, and modernizing the U.S. economy. Abraham Lincoln is widely considered one of the greatest U.S. presidents, if not one of the greatest leaders in history.